Deep in the heart of the Amazon jungle, a group of 5 tourists set out for an adventure they would never forget. The leader of the group, Jack, was a seasoned traveler with a knack for finding the most thrilling experiences. Alongside him were Lisa, a wildlife photographer, Tom, an aspiring zoologist, Sarah, an adrenaline junkie, and Mike, a documentary filmmaker. The group was excited to explore the dense jungle, capturing the beauty and mystery of the wild. As they trekked deeper into the forest, they were warned by the local guide about the legend of the horrible anaconda. The guide, with wide eyes, told them the story of a giant snake that was feared by all who lived in the jungle. The anaconda was said to be as long as a school bus and could swallow a man whole in seconds. The tourists laughed nervously, thinking it was just a tale to scare off outsiders. "We'll be fine," Jack said confidently, brushing off the guide's warning. As they ventured further, the jungle grew thicker, and the sounds of the forest became eerily quiet. Lisa snapped photos of exotic birds and vibrant flowers, unaware of the lurking danger. Tom eagerly noted down every species they encountered, his excitement growing with each discovery. Sarah, always on the lookout for a thrill, joked about finding the anaconda and wrestling it herself. Mike captured the entire journey on camera, planning to make it the centerpiece of his new documentary. The group stumbled upon a beautiful, crystal-clear pond surrounded by lush greenery. They decided to take a break, enjoying the peaceful atmosphere and cool water. As they relaxed by the pond, they noticed something strange about the water. The surface rippled slightly, as if something massive was moving underneath. "Did you guys see that?" Lisa whispered, her camera ready to capture anything unusual. "Probably just a fish," Tom replied, though his voice wavered with uncertainty. Suddenly, the water erupted, and the massive head of the horrible anaconda emerged. The tourists screamed, scrambling to their feet as the snake lunged toward them. Jack quickly grabbed a stick, waving it at the snake to keep it at bay. Lisa, with trembling hands, snapped pictures of the beast, knowing these would be the shots of a lifetime. Tom froze, his fascination with animals turning into sheer terror as he saw the snake's enormous size. Sarah, ever the thrill-seeker, pulled out her knife, ready to fight the anaconda. Mike, his camera still rolling, captured every heart-pounding moment, knowing this would be his big break. The anaconda hissed, its eyes locked on the group as it slowly slithered closer. "We need to move, now," Jack shouted, leading the group away from the pond. They ran through the jungle, the sound of the anaconda's pursuit echoing behind them. As they fled, Sarah tripped over a root, falling to the ground with a gasp. The anaconda was almost upon her, its massive body crushing everything in its path. Jack turned back, grabbing Sarah's arm and pulling her to her feet just in time. The group ran faster, their hearts pounding as they tried to outpace the relentless snake. They reached a clearing, where a massive tree had fallen across their path. "We have to climb," Jack yelled, already helping Sarah up onto the tree. The group scrambled up the tree, using the branches to pull themselves higher. The anaconda reached the tree, its massive body coiling around the trunk as it tried to follow them. Lisa, perched on a high branch, aimed her camera down at the snake, capturing its every move. "This is insane," Tom muttered, clinging to the tree for dear life. "It's just like in the movies," Sarah said, a wild grin on her face despite the danger. "Except this is real," Mike added, his camera never leaving the snake. The anaconda continued to climb, its powerful muscles flexing as it closed the distance. Jack looked around desperately, searching for a way to escape. Suddenly, he spotted a vine hanging from a nearby tree. "We can swing to the other side," he shouted, pointing to the vine. One by one, The group grabbed the vine and swung across to the safety of the other tree. The anaconda hissed in frustration as it realized its prey was getting away. Sarah was the last to swing, barely making it to the other side before the vine snapped. The group landed safely on the ground, panting and covered in sweat. "That was too close," Lisa said, her heart still racing. "But we made it," Jack replied, a proud smile on his face. The anaconda, now unable to reach them, slithered back into the jungle, defeated. "I can't believe we just escaped a giant snake," Tom said, still in shock. "And I got it all on camera," Mike added, checking his footage. The group laughed, relieved to be alive and amazed at what they had just experienced. "This is going to make for one hell of a story," Jack said, clapping Mike on the back. "And some incredible photos," Lisa added, looking through her camera. "We should head back before we run into anything else," Tom suggested, still wary of the jungle. The group agreed, starting their journey back to the safety of their camp. As they walked, they couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and accomplishment. They had faced the horrible anaconda and lived to tell the tale. "You know," Sarah said with a grin, "I think I could have taken it down if I had the chance." "Sure, Sarah," Jack replied with a laugh, "maybe next time." The group joked and laughed, their bond strengthened by the shared experience. They reached their camp just as the sun began to set, the jungle bathed in a warm, golden light. Sitting around the campfire that night, they recounted their adventure, each adding their own spin to the story. Mike promised to turn the footage into a thrilling documentary, while Lisa planned to publish her photos in a wildlife magazine. Tom was already writing an article about the encounter, eager to share his newfound respect for the jungle. Sarah, ever the thrill-seeker, was already planning their next adventure. As the fire crackled and the stars twinkled overhead, the group felt a deep sense of gratitude. They had not only survived but had thrived in the face of danger. The horrible anaconda had tested their courage, and they had emerged stronger because of it. "This is what life is all about," Jack said, raising a glass of water in a toast. "Facing challenges, overcoming fears, and creating unforgettable memories." The group raised their glasses, toasting to their survival and the adventure of a lifetime. To the horrible anaconda, they cheered, laughing at the absurdity of their situation. The night was filled with laughter and stories, each retelling more exaggerated than the last. As the fire died down, the group settled into their tents, their hearts full and their spirits high. They knew they would never forget this day, nor the bond they had formed. The jungle, once a place of fear, had become a place of triumph and camaraderie. The horrible anaconda, though terrifying, had given them the gift of courage and adventure. As they drifted off to sleep, they dreamed of future travels and new challenges. They had faced the wild and come out victorious, ready for whatever life would throw at them next. The jungle echoed with the sounds of the night, a reminder of the untamed world beyond their tents. But the group slept soundly, knowing they had conquered one of its greatest challenges. In the morning, they would continue their journey, wiser and more confident than before. The horrible anaconda was now a part of their story, a chapter in their lives they would never forget. And as they packed up their camp the next day, they couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. They had not only survived but had thrived in the heart of the jungle. The tourists set off on their next adventure, eager for whatever challenges awaited them. They knew that with courage, teamwork, and a bit of humor, they could face anything. The jungle had tested them, and they had passed with flying colors. As they walked away, the jungle seemed to whisper its approval, a silent acknowledgement of their triumph. The horrible anaconda slithered back into the depths of the forest, its legend growing with each retelling. The group, now legends in their own right, left the jungle behind, but it would always be a part of them. They had come seeking adventure, and they had found it in the most unexpected way. The jungle had taught them that the greatest rewards often come from the greatest risks. And as they stepped into the sunlight, they knew they were ready for whatever lay ahead. The horrible anaconda had met its match, and the tourists had become heroes in their own story.